Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so, I didn't necessarily include it in the video, but obviously you can see, based on the fact we're fighting Full Power Master Roshi, we are in Dokkan Battlefield. The Virtual Ultimate Clash, number 15. Now, this one is significant. I'm almost certain that the 15th edition, so i.e. the one that is going to occur in, 37 or 36 days, I'm pretty sure that's going to have the new bosses. I'm pretty sure. So I'll have to double check that for y'all, but so be looking forward to that. A whole new challenge, new enemies, they all do, they all have their quirky things. So this first level, I also didn't include any of my team selection. It's too much of a process to really do. And I always mess up my teams. I'm just not careful enough, it would seem, when I'm picking my 112 people. But anyway, so like for instance, on this run, you're gonna watch how I mess up this run. So this Android 19's annoying. He's not really challenging. He's really just annoying. Because I'm sure you guys have figured out by now, he cannot be hit by beam attacks. And my dumbass brought a Gohan. So yeah, about that. The problem is he's starting with 10 ki. So even if I only get him one singular orb, he's going to super. And guess what? His 12 and 18 ki supers are beam attacks. So yay me. But Dokkan Battlefield, guys, it's this is really meant to be sort of what they call end game content, right? So you guys always have to remember that there's a new player playing this game every single day. So when you watch a player like me or some of the bigger YouTubers, the bigger whales than me, and you see them plow through this event, it's only because we have so many units in our box. And that's all it requires is you really just need a lot of units that are Dokkan Awakened to be successful. And of course he gets the double super attack, right? So we went from taking down almost all of his health to now he has full health. So go us. But anyway, I do always have to, I do want to make mention of that to because like I said, there's a new player every day. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh my god, I can't even get past level 1, like what's wrong? Well, it just requires having the units, right? So that's all it is. So a lot of players might not even have 7, let's just say so they might have 7 super int, like on this stage, but so for instance, I remember it took me a long time to even field an entire team of extreme tech units, to even have 7 extreme tech units when I first started playing the game. So these types of things, I want all of you newer players to keep in mind, and just beat what you can, so you can slowly but surely collect these battlefield gems, and you can slowly but surely, collect the units. You save up for the LRs. The number one unit that I would get and just continue to pick up copies until you rainbow is the LR Metal Cooler Army. I find myself using him all the time, and I do like LR Oob a lot, but he just costs a lot. You can't even get him from one singular season of Battlefield. It takes you multiple seasons to get him. But I would definitely call the LR Metal Cooler Army the best choice, at least that we have right now. So let's see, next season, with that batch of new units, the batch of new enemies, we're gonna get a new LR, the King Cold and Mecha Frieza, which I am very hyped about. I should have enough medals to be able to pick up one copy, which will be nice. I'm debating. It's either that or I continue to add dupes to my Oob. I'm still deciding. My Oob has 2 dupes in him right now. After this Battlefield. So we shall see. I don't know what I'm going to do there. We'll see. So anyway, guys, that was a bit of a tangent. And the reason for it is because it really doesn't really start to get difficult until, I guess, about now-ish. But, I mean, if you've got powerful units, man, Nova Shenron's going to do nothing to you. I mean, I think we almost one-turn him. I'm pretty sure. Broly, I mean, both of these Brolys hit really, really hard, particularly the LR Broly hits so hard. You know, 2 million on Battlefield is insane. If you guys haven't figured that out, that's nutso. So he's obviously a really valuable, you know, number one, a valuable leader, but also just a valuable unit to have. Because a lot of these units are revived warriors. So himself, this transforming Frieza, you know, Tech Cell, which we didn't even get to. If you bring Tech Golden Frieza, right, so here's Tech Golden Frieza. Those are all resurrected warriors, so bringing LR Tech Broly, not a must, but definitely very helpful. Now, when Tech Golden Frieza gets his EZA, he's a very, very good leader for this. He gives 3 ki and 120% to all tech types. So he's going to be an absolute, I mean, he already is a juggernaut for this mode, because he can't take damage. Like right now, he's going to take nothing. He cannot take damage. He's got 70% damage reduction, plus he's got his guard active, because we have, you know, the opposing type, right? We have type advantage. So that Tech Golden Frieza is very, very valuable to bring in here. Super helpful. Now, one thing you might notice, so this is, again, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong here. I believe this is the last round. They did actually add one more opponent. We'll get to that in just a few after this fight. This fight takes forever, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. Not to mention, it really, I always have to think like long and hard of who I am going to take. So on this round, this is the only unique round, I would say, of Battlefield, this season of Battlefield. So number one, there's not a ton of AGL units that stun or seal. At least the ones I brought. I might be forgetting a few, but like we have Turles, who stuns, medium chance. And then we have LR Goku and Arale, who really come in, like, really come in clutch in this round. They seal on their 12 ki super, which is so helpful for this Great Saiyaman. So if you guys haven't, again, new player every day, if you guys haven't taken on the Great Saiyaman yet, he has the ability to one-shot you. Now, his sort of weakness is, other than that, he's going to hit you for nothing. He's going to hit you for double-digit damage, and you can stun and seal him. So that obviously is super helpful, right? So you guys can get a gist of the team, what it's looking like here. So I decided to run LR Vegito Blue. So he's going to give 77% to stats and 3 ki. And then this Fizz Trunks, he gives 3 ki and 70%, right? Yeah, all types, ki plus 3 HP attack and defense, 70%. And we, straight up, man, we just have a combination of stunners and sealers. We'll kind of go through them as we go here. You know, the only danger we are in, truly, like the only danger we're in, is if we got stuck on a rotation where, number one, we couldn't get super attacks. So like right here, we got Bardock, his 18 ki super, and we got Vegeta, you know, his super attack, so he has the potential to stun. You always have to keep that in mind when you're running this stage. That was a tangent. I forget what the main point was. Maybe it'll come back to me. But I was mentioning that there aren't too many AGL units. This dude is STR. Obviously, you're going to want to bring as many as you can. Oh, yeah. The only danger we would have in losing is if, number one, we couldn't get supers, and number two, if we just got stuck with the shittiest rotation known to man, you know, and we couldn't get supers. You know, it's like we have enough now to where we're fine. And once you get that original, like the seal, and the stun, and like you just keep him locked in to being sealed and stunned, you're good. You know, because you don't know if it's going to be the first turn or the 5th turn, but he will super attack, I promise you. I've never had him go an entire round without him supering. So right here I'm debating on whether to get Roshi his big attack or not. So that's an auto stun and seal, and he seals himself. But he's going to do monstrous damage, especially if he can get a crit. This guy has a rare chance. I just kind of brought him. I don't use him that much. He's just not real viable in today's meta. He's got no defense. Now, I love SS3 Goku. See, he did 3 million damage, which is amazing. And sealed him. So anyway, you guys can see that's it's like the most important thing in this event. But yeah, Roshi, so he gets that big attack buff. And I was just debating on whether or not I wanted to do it. We decided to do it and did, you know, monstrous damage. Now, the other thing about this guy is he does have quite a bit of health. You guys can see, so let's count him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does he have 10 health bars? I mean, he's got a ton of health. Yeah, I would say 12 million health, maybe 15 million, something like that. You know, this is one of the... So let's kind of talk about the other units. So Bardock. So he seals on his 18 key super, which he might have the easy... He's one of the best units for key of like any LR, right? So he's not like nearly... Okay, so I should probably back off a little bit on that. But like what I mean is, so just straight up on his passive, he's getting +4 when he's facing off against only one enemy. So here, he's starting with bare minimum 10 key, and that's without links, and he has Shattering the Limit. He's got some good links as well. Now, where he lacks LR Bardock is in his attacking power, right? So even at a 24 key super, you're not frequently even going to see him break 3 million. Maybe at the rainbow level, maybe with like double support, you could see him up over, you know, 3-4 million or something, but... You know, it's rare. Oftentimes he's sitting at about 2 to 2.5 million, which is, I mean, still damn good. I mean, if a Dokkan Fest hits for that, you're like, whoa, oh my god, he's so good. But because he's a summonable LR, people are like, nah, he's the worst LR in the game. And I don't know if I buy it, man. I really like LR Bardock. I think he takes a lot. See, there he is, 10 key. He's got Shattering the Limit. He's going to be good, man. He is going to get his 18 key super. He's going to get the seal. No problem. But again, he's an older LR, right? But he just, I love his ability. So like, he gets key +4 when facing one enemy. So like in a Dokkan event or like right now on Battlefield. But in Super Battle Road, he's getting defense. I think defense 60%. He's a really, really useful unit. So again, keep in mind this is Battlefield. He's hitting for 1.2 million. So obviously certainly not that impressive. But it's only on Battlefield. And he has type disadvantage. But anyway, so we've gone over Roshi. We've gone over, I mean, really the team kind of speaks for itself. It's one of the only times you're really going to pull some straight up shenanigans. He seals as well, even after his big attack. But it's one of the only times you're going to have to pull some real shenanigans on Battlefield. Mostly it's just plowing through it with your powerful units. I really like Dokkan Battlefield because it really offers us a unique experience, right? So we very, very rarely as players are running mono-type teams. I think this is probably the lone exception. And you can say every so often on Easy A's, if you don't have the right category leader, maybe you're running a monotype. You know, so anyway. Anyway, so we're almost done with Great Saiyaman. I think we take him out right here. And he gets the stun. Ah, perfect. Right when we don't need it. So, of course. Alright, so we're clearing through, we're getting our rewards, so on to the boss. I believe this is cooler. So again, we're just going to be able to plow through him with Extreme STR. Now, again, we are in stage 2, so keep in mind. So stage 1 is pretty easy, right? It's basically like a no-brainer. You can beat Roshi with the Ginyu Force. I've done it 100,000 times. I think on my last video on Dokkan Battlefield, I think I beat him with the Ginyu Force, the free-to-play ones, of course. I'm really starting to dig that Demon King Piccolo, man. I recently just pulled my 3rd dupe of him, and he's really, like, he doesn't hit, like, insanely hard. Like, his passive would indicate that he does. He gets 200% attack, I think, 5 turns from the start of battle, which is really cool. And in a place like Dokkan Battlefield, that's really good, because we're not usually going, except in the Great Saiyaman fight, we're not usually going that many turns. We're going to be able to take him down pretty quickly. So you would think he would hit insanely hard at 200%, but the thing is at the rainbow level, I think he's got not even 13,000 attack. So that's where he struggles, is he's just one of these units that's really limited by his stats. I mean, he's damn near got, you know, free-to-play stats at the rainbow level, you know. He's still very good, right? He's still very good, so, you know, don't get it twisted. There, he just hit for 1.6 milli. Extreme STR is very, very good. It would be even better for me if I had full power Frieza. He's one of the only LRs I don't have. I don't have him. I don't have the GT Trio. I just recently finally pulled Baby, who I didn't get to show off in this video, unfortunately. Oh well. And then who else? So I don't have the Trio. I don't have... Oh, and I don't have the androids. Trio, androids, full power Frieza. Yeah, that might be it. With Kale and Khalifa coming, based on how my luck is going, I don't anticipate pulling them. I haven't gotten a real lucky summon in quite some time. The last lucky summon I got, so you guys, if you've never watched a video on my channel before, I've mentioned many times before, geez, that Frieza's really good. Anyway, but this is not my first global account. It's my second global main. I do main global. I don't pretend to main JP or anything. I'd like to be able to read. I also like the idea that we get tickets on every major celebration. Definitely saves on the old stones, right? But anyway, when I'm not even lying, guys. I wish I could prove it. I have no way to prove it. I have, I think, one screenshot of my summons. But I literally pulled 3 copies of the LR androids in 300 stones. It was the most insane luck I've ever had. I wasn't getting hype animations at all. I just kept pulling them and pulling them and pulling them, and it was nuts. But this trunk spanner, man, it really put me down in the dumps, honestly. And hey, I mean, in the end, I had to tell myself, bro, it's just a game, you know, relax, you're just doing it for fun. But here's the thing, is it's fun when you pull the units you want, right? Now, I can beat every event in the game, no problem. I can beat most of them, you know, short of the really difficult Super Battle Road stages. I mean, you can beat them all free to play. Even some of the mono-type stages you can beat free to play. They're really not even that terrible. My no item run was almost exclusively free to play on mono STR. So that's not the point. It's you want the nice new shiny unit, you know what I mean? But I kept pulling the same units over and over and over. I know I'm on a tangent here, so just roll with it. But, you know, the Super AGL is just making Bardock look like an idiot. Super AGL is just insane. And we're about to get the best unit in the game on it, on Global. It's pretty nuts. I'm surprised they didn't make the new Kaioken Goku Super AGL, right? Yeah. But yeah, so this Trunks banner, man, really just beat me down to a pulp. It was just really bad. On my second to last ticket summon, I pulled 1 Trunks. But before that, I pulled 5 Evo Blue Vegetas. I pulled 4 Gogetas. I pulled 4 Fizz Vegito Blues. I pulled 4 Int Rage Trunks. I pulled 0 Int Kid Gokus as well. The only 2 units I needed, I couldn't pull. Now, it's not to say it completely, like, broke my spirits or anything. After a certain amount of time, you just kind of get over it, right? I mean, we've all been shafted on banners before. You know, most of us aren't whales like Truth and just literally rainbow every unit at any cost. You know, we don't... Most of us have, more to life than Dokkan, right? You know, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Most of us don't do that or have the means to do that. Anyway, guys, and then Zamasu, I mean, forget about it, man. I didn't pull anything I wanted. I went way harder on Trunks than I did Zamasu. And I'm talking jeez, for me, it's a lot. I went like 700 stones on Trunks' banner with 3+1 with tickets. And I pulled 1 copy. So... I'm feeling optimistic about this banner. If you guys watch my summoning video, I guess spoiler alert. But let's just say we're gonna be hopping back into the banner. Because all it takes is 1 multi. And again, when I pulled Trunks, it was literally 1 single ticket that got him for me. You know, all it takes is 5 stones to get the unit you want. I mean, in reality. Now, it's very challenging to do that, of course. You know, but the fact remains. So I'm optimistic. I figure if I can put down another 250 stones, I think I have a decent chance in 500 stones and pulling the unit I want. And if I can't, I'll throw some singles at it here and there. But I'm not going to cry about it, because in the end, we're getting Kale and Caulifla soon. We're getting a bunch of hype stuff coming up on JP. Some units I'm really excited about. I know I'm about the only one. I'm about the last one excited for Fizz Piccolo, right? Fizz Piccolo. Listen, I know he's not part of the new meta, but dude, he is so good. Now, granted, on his own team, he's so good. He's got very limited categories, unfortunately, and not to mention, to really maximize his potential, to make him one of the best TURs in the game, you have to have Nail on your team. So basically, you have to get Piccolo and Nail in your summons. Or you can try and somehow squish, like, Kami or Demon King Piccolo on there, but it's just... I don't know, man. That's kind of the unit you want, is Nail. They link up really well. For Nail to reach his full potential, he needs Piccolo. It's just one of those things. You really want to have both. So if you go into that banner and you want to summon for Piccolo, you really want to get Nail as well. You really want to. Even more than like dupes in your Piccolo. If let's say you pull Piccolo, even more than a dupe in your Piccolo, you really want to pull a Nail. And he will be featured. You'll have the same chance of pulling a Nail as you will a Piccolo. But anyway, I digress. This whole video has been one big digression, so forgive me. But, then we have, after that, we'll have, Int Future Gohan, who is absolutely nutso. Turns into Super Saiyan Future Gohan and infinitely stacks his attack. He gets damage reduction. He's just a madman. And do we even need to talk about STR Cooler? I mean, I still actually, I can't say I've used the new Goku a lot, but I can say I have STR Cooler rainbowed on my JP account. I've used STR Cooler plenty, and to me, he's a better unit. To me, in my opinion. I don't just think because it's the new unit that makes them the best unit. Because we're not playing Dragon Ball Legends here. We're playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So not every single new unit is going to be the best unit in the entire game. That's so many people were disappointed with the AGL Vegito Easy A and this and that. I like this Goku a lot. A lot. And I would say he's probably if he's not the best, he's probably the second best unit in the game. I feel like I probably am being a little unfair. I haven't used him nearly as much as I've used Cooler. that Spirit Bomb dude is the most insane thing I've ever heard of. He is for real. He's a combination of the LR Super Saiyan 4s and LRB Pan. I mean, he's just that. I mean, that ability, that 30% attack buff is nuts. That, and it's calculated separately. You know, he gets this ultimate damage. So I'd say that's the one drawback is the one drawback to this this Spirit Bomb is you probably more than likely are taking this dude out before you even get to use the other units with the active skill active. So if that made sense. So like basically what I mean is you're going to take down the unit with the Spirit Bomb, you know, more than likely, whatever phase of whatever event you're in, and you won't even get to use your other units. You know, having him, it's going to make, honestly, it's going to make Super Battle Road a joke. You can easily just spam. If you can get, so let's say you pull Kaioken Goku, right? And you're really happy. I hope to pull him myself. I'll reach that ecstasy one day, I promise you. Whether it's with red coins or not. I mean, we'll see. Anyway, so let's say you pull him and you can run him, right? And you run a friend, him, Kaioken Goku. So if you're below 59% HP heading into, let's just say you head into the second battle on category Super Battle Road, let's say Universal Survival Saga, you're going to have one on each rotation, right? You're going to have a Kaioken Goku. You're going to be able to use that Spirit Bomb right away because you're going to have 3 or more reps of Universe 7 on your team, or you should anyway if you want to activate the active skill. So, and I do believe the friend is included in that. So in reality, you just need 2 additional. And you can easily just grab, you know, Evolution Blue Vegeta and Android 17, and there you go. Why wouldn't you want them on your team anyway? You know what I mean? So you can easily spam the Spirit Bomb. I mean, it's going to make Super Battle Road an effing joke, dude. It's crazy how... I just can't stress that enough of how broken the ability is to be LRB Pan and be LR Goku. It's insane. Now, he's not going to hit quite as hard as LR Goku, like at their max potentials. This dude infinitely stacks attack. You know, I think in showcases I've seen him as high as like 4 million or something, you know, something like that. I think he has the potential of hitting harder than that, like deep into the UI Goku event. But anyway, guys, I know that was like a ginormous tangent. Here's another team. We can just move right into here because here's LR Goku and Frieza. Make this hit look like an absolute joke. Now, this hit is hella annoying. You guys saw in that the very first turn, he stunned my full power Goku, my full power SS4 Goku. Which is just hella uber annoying. And we took 100k damage right off the bat without even being able to attack. So, you know, that's obviously super irritating, right? So we're already done with hit, but that's kind of the annoying part of hit, is you have to keep in mind that he's going to stun you, and you just basically hope that he's not going to stun you in that first slot, and maybe he supers in that second slot. So that's basically the thought behind that. All right, so kind of moving on to Gotenks here. Truthfully, now I don't know exactly. I didn't check the specs, but I don't think there's anything special at all about Gotenks. Not to mention, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're not going to stand a chance against Extreme Int. We've got some of the best units in the entire game on this category. So we have one of the best free-to-play LRs there on the end in the Metal Cooler Squad. We have the best healer in the game in Int Buhan. We have one of the best defensive units in the game in LR Cell. We have another great unit, just overall well-rounded LR Bojack. Just some super powerful units, guys. Oh, and then we brought, just for fun, LR, the Prime Battle Vegeta. And obviously, we've got that campaign going on right now. That was a big part of the, it was a big part of the rewards, so it was kind of funny, you know, people were complaining in this Dokkan Now, just for them making a video, and some of us watching it, we got 15 stones, and I didn't really see the problem with it. Now, I kind of poked fun at it in my video, but I was expecting maybe just like 20 stones. So like 15 I wouldn't necessarily consider like a shaft or anything. It was just like, oh, okay, 15 stones, that's cool. Now, where I was going with that is, now we've gotten quite a few free-to-play stones. You know, just from this legendary campaign, you know, people forget we got, what, 7 Elder Kais, 20 stones, and a shit ton of int orbs. So it's like, how can you really even consider it a shaft? So if you went a few days without opening up your game, you would have opened your game, you know, with 50-some stones or something like that. So not terrible, guys, not terrible. You know, so I would just, you know, if you were upset about that at all, I would just cool your jets. You know, there's a lot that this celebration is going to have to offer. Now, I will say a few less stones they offered as rewards than I would have thought. But, you know, regardless, we got them right off the bat just for watching a video that half of you probably didn't even watch anyway. So, there's that. Anyway, so we are, I'm looking forward to the Christmas celebration. I'm rethinking my choice in leader. I said, oh shit, what am I doing? I don't want to lead off with Fizz Vegito. That would be a mistake. So in my summons, I just recently rainbowed that transforming Vegeta, which is obviously super unfortunate because those could have been 2 Kaioken Gokus, of course. They have the exact same pull rate, so yeah. That's unfortunate. And right off the bat, I remember in this round, I'm immediately regretting bringing the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and not for any other reason than that right there, is they're taking 18k, and also, like, he dodged their super, and it was like, well, that would have sealed you, you know, fucker. So it was like, oh, that might have been a mistake. But the reason why they were taking so much, so as I mentioned earlier in this video, this is my second main global account. And whoever the previous owner was, you know, he was a whale, so I'll give him credit there. But by far the laziest Dokkan player I've ever met, or never had the opportunity to meet, but the laziest Dokkan player I've ever seen. All of his free-to-play units had no dupes in them, including the Great Saiyaman. Of course, I had my guy rainbowed on my first version. I mean, he's absolutely worth the rainbow. Now, he's cursed with the free-to-play stats. Well, he is well, no, wait a minute. No, I'm speaking out of turn here. He is summonable. He's on the friend summon banner. I'll have to double check. I think he does get 5,000. Okay, I was speaking out of turn. So right off the bat, anyway, I was a little concerned about the units I picked. I said, oh shit, man, I mean, my Super Fizz team isn't as strong as I thought. And as it turns out, I was wrong. We did get the W pretty easily, I might add. And a big part of it, so these counters, and then we do have a few very hard hitters. So like this SS3 Gotenks is about to hit him for some crazy damage. You guys can see that this Boo, he simply just does a little bit of everything, right? So he dodges, yeah, 3 million damage. Jeez. And for Gotenks only taking 2,500, that's not bad for Gotenks, truthfully. So, in the end, though, we just had too much firepower. Between this LR Trunks and the LR Gogeta, he just did not stand just not a snowball's chance in hell, man. Just no way. And Great Saiyaman, after they supered, of course, they did a little better. So, Anyway, it ended up being a successful run, and again, I know that a lot of this video has been just me talking about random shenanigans, so go ahead and leave me a like for random shenanigans. It's just how it goes, man, when you're, you know, in this particular video, these are always very long videos. This is going to be like a 30-some minute video, 36-minute video or something. You know, so go ahead and leave a like for that. So providing commentary, it's just impossible to talk about that kind of stuff. Every single unit for 36 minutes. I mean, you guys know most of what these units do. You know, one thing, I guess, so in this rotation, we lead off with 17 because we know for sure he has his damage reduction active. So he's going to take next to nothing, even if he gets supered. That 40% damage reduction below 77% health is so powerful, man. I for real, like, I adore Android 17. But anyway, guys, I mentioned it earlier. If you guys like Dokkan Battlefield, or if you guys just like these types of videos, if you like hearing the rantings of a madman, go ahead and leave a like for your boy, man. It tells me I'm doing the right things, and it tells me you like my channel. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later. Thank you for the support.